Alright, y'all. What it is, what it do. It's your boy Dapper back with another reaction just for you. Now, this. So, we're doing The Shy. It's episode 8, season 6. I don't know that it's been confirmed that this is the last season, but I think it was at some point confirmed to be the last season by somebody. I can't find it online, but if it is, it is. And it seems to be, which is why we're going to start with the character we're going to start with today, which is Kev. But before we even get into Kev, let's make sure we liking, we're subscribing, and like I said, leave a comment if you want to have some dialogue, or if you have a comment on anything just about The Shy that I might have missed, blase. But let's get into it. Cool. So we got Kev here. With Kev, I'm not gonna lie, I was foreshadowing something nasty going on to happen to Kev, and I feel bad about it because I honestly feel like it was wrong of me. Like, he said he wants to go to LA, follow his dreams, and from what the looks of the way this episode ended, it seems as though he's gonna get there. And you know what I'm saying, they had the whole celebration, they done did the flashbacks, he done did the run with Keisha again. But mind you, I haven't seen him and Keisha in the same room, much less the same scene, same room, in probably like 2 seasons. So like, you know what I'm saying, because he just moved out. You know what I'm saying, granted Keisha moved out too, but like, it's been like 2 seasons since I've seen them have even any kind of moment together. But they finally have a moment together, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to do the longest thing with Maisha. I don't know if that's going to work. But at the end of the day, this is the last season, and it's the last season, it doesn't really matter. But shout out to Kev following his dreams. Black boy fly. But now we have to change the tune because we have who might, if it wasn't for one other character who we'll get to later, he might have the award for Dickhead of the Year. But it's another character that I think personally I align with more with that kind of title, so we'll get to him. But we got Emmett here. Now, first of all, I want to say I was surprised because I didn't know that taking off a week of work to stay home and, you know, deal with whatever affairs was going to get you some box. Listen, I didn't know it was that simple. You know what I'm saying? And again, I mean, they showed him and Keisha. Like, my thing is with these sex scenes is just that I feel like they're a little unnecessary at this point. Like, they just be throwing them in there, like sprinkling it like parsley. Like, it really doesn't have to happen. Like, I want to go back to the days where we just alluded to the scene or to that happening. I really do. I don't know. I know we've moved into a more sex positive climate, and you know, people are just overall more horny. But like, I really don't care to see that. I really rather go back to the times when like we just alluded to it happening, the camera panned slowly to the side and we were done. But you know what I'm saying, typical Emmett fashion, he finds a way to get more money, but then ends up screwing it up because he's obviously wrong with the wrong person, ends up running back to his parents for money, and obviously now his dad is involved in everything because his dad, we saw episodes ago that he never wanted him to have anything to do with Duda, and he told Duda that himself. And now, you know what I'm saying, it's up. And then he's not even including his dad in his own plans of what he wants to do with Duda, which was to eliminate Duda. And you know what I'm saying, we'll get more deeper into that because in that situation, Emmett was just a driver. But, you know what I'm saying, obviously that plan went left. And we'll go more into that when we get to that person that got hurt. But the plan itself, we'll start from here. The plan itself was dumb. Him thinking he could kill Duda was absolutely insane. There's no reason in the world that you think you're gonna be like, oh, let's meet privately. And you know what I'm saying, like, Duda's not gonna show up by himself. Like, of course he's gonna have Nuck. He was gonna have Zay with him if Zay, you know what I'm saying, was able to entertain the call. He was doing what he was doing. But you know what I'm saying, it's just a bad plan overall. L for Emmett. And we got Duda, you know what I'm saying. Duda, with so many people that know he's a bad dude and want to kill him, I've never seen a guy survive this long. Like, usually once you get to the point where like everybody kind of like wants you dead, you kind of die. But he's been hated for like seasons at this point, and it's like he just keeps on living untouched. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this season. I mean, this episode that he gets not touched a little bit, but like they try to in a poor attempt, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But it's like, he's just crazy, and like I'm glad Nuck is finally seeing that nobody really cares about him besides Keisha, really. You know what I'm saying? And even Keisha is more like a, hey, I got love for you, but not that kind of love kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And because he even told Nuck, like he made Nuck kill the pastor, and then was mad at Nuck because he killed the pastor. That's how he's losing it, bro. He's a lunatic. Because how I do what you told me to do, and you mad at what I told you to do? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I wish the bullets landed this episode, but I get it. You gotta hold them on. Gotta keep the audience locked in. Because if we kill Duda, I really don't see what else we're doing at this point. So you gotta hold them on until like the finale. I get it. So he was probably not dying for another like till the finale, if that is episode 10. We're close at least. Keisha. Now I partially blame Keisha for part of why Emmett is in the situation he's in now, because she the one that wanted to move into this house and do the whole thing. And you know what I'm saying? Granted, he didn't tell her all the details, but it kind of she kind of forced his hand. But Emmett, as a man, should have known not to get into the business with a guy like Duda. So that's where like I kind of give Keisha the clear, because it's like, all right, not completely your fault, because Emmett's a dunce. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like her sneak meeting with Nuck. I think that's a little weird. Granted, like I love that she put her foot down, because as much as Emmett's a dickhead, I feel like at the end of the day, like he's still a good-hearted dude, and like for her to do that to Emmett would be crazy. But the way they set that up, it looked kind of scavy. Like she was about to make a move she was gonna regret. But she did what she was supposed to. And again, it was real cute. They brought back the moment, because I remember, you know, back in the earlier days when I used to love this show, you know, her being an athlete was a big deal, and you know, her with Kev. We hadn't seen her and Kev have a scene together, like I said, in forever. So really good to see that. But that pretty much runs it for Keisha in this episode. Alright, Papa. We see Papa. He's back at work, and like obviously too early, because he's still grieving. I mean, granted, grieving is an ongoing process. You will continually grieve somebody that's dead. I mean, obviously you want to move on from, you know, crying every 5 seconds and being able to live your life, but grieving is an ongoing process forever. And like he's still clearing out over a big part of it, which is feeling like you got to live your life for your fallen partner or person, with this person being his father, because now he's just trying to go and do whatever his father was trying to have him do, which may not really align with his own wants. Like we see him break the heart of Shorty, I forgot her name, that he was with, all because obviously the last argument they had was about her, and he's like, you know what, if his father didn't want me with her, if dad didn't want me with her, then I'm not gonna be with you. And that's a crazy reason to be with not be with somebody. Not saying oh, he was right for XYZ reasons, and then breaking it down and explaining it, but just saying, well, my dad didn't want you to, he's not here. My dad didn't want us together, he's not here, so we're just gonna not be together. That's insane. And then he said later on in the episode that he's gonna go to like seminary school or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff that he was not gonna do if his dad lived to 88. So that's wild to me. I mean, granted, I get it, death can open your eyes to certain things, but if that's not what you really want, that's not the way you live your life. And I hope he comes to a realization that it's really for him, or he comes to a realization that like he's going crazy. All right, Darnell. We mentioned Darnell earlier because Darnell has inserted himself into the Duda business, because, like I said, Emmett had to go crying back to his parents for the bread, and honestly, Darnell steps in, is like, let me handle it. He goes to try and handle it, meets with Duda, and like he barely got half of what Emmett owes Duda. And then now he's in a 360 deal, because not only Duda's like, bet, you want to do it, are you willing to do whatever for your family? Bet. So with that being the case, you can't slander me. I'll leave Emmett alone, I'll take it easy on Emmett, but you just can't slander me in public. And that's a crazy thing. I mean, granted, that's a weird thing to ask of Darnell specifically, because I don't know that Darnell just talks about Duda. Like, I'm trying to see how that's going to work and what situations that's going to work out in, because I know Duda has the sense that people hate him, obviously, but my thing is, I don't understand why. Like, I guess he's going to ask him to speak for him, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, if I'm Darnell, that's a little bit of a bad deal. But we'll see how this comes to fruition, because it's absolutely insane to be the one guy that's gonna be like, yeah, dude was a great guy. Like, yeah, no. All right, so we got Rob. So with Rob, it's a bad story for Rob, because obviously Rob had to go ask for the money. We know that already. But for him to have to step outside of his character to, you know what I'm saying, do something like this is crazy. I mean, obviously they went to Vic for help. We'll get to Vic next, but Vic obviously refused to help, because he's just like, yo, you can't do this. Duda's not that guy. You do this too. Y'all not even skilled enough to do it. He basically told me, and then Vic obviously has too much to lose. But, you know what I'm saying, Rob and Emmett obviously went and did their own thing. I don't know why he would listen to a plan that Emmett came up with, but either way, the plan could have worked, to be honest, if Rob had some aim. Rob let off like, because as he's shooting the gun, I'm counting the bullets. I'm like, yo, this junk gonna jam or the bullet's gonna run out at some point. And you know what I'm saying? It's a tough situation because now he's shot, can't breathe, things of that nature. And obviously what ended up the precursor to this is that he told Tiff about the deal he had with, you know what I'm saying, his mom, and that he got to kill Duda for killing his uncle. And it's like, I just want to figure out like why he told her so calmly. Like he told her like in the most calm manner, like as if it was like an easy peasy thing. Obviously she didn't take it that way, but it's like he was, I don't know, I wanted to see more emotion on his end. But with that being the case, like he got shot back by Nuck right in the chest. So now he basically in like a coma of some sort. I hope he wakes up, because I mean it would be terrible for him to like his character to go out on this note if this is the last season. So we'll see. Like I said, we just brought up Tiff. She obviously found out from, you know what I'm saying, Rob, the real deal spiel about what's going on and how the money getting on. And obviously she's just like, yo, we could have found a different way. But you know what I'm saying? What really was the other way to get that much bread to do what they want to do? Really wasn't one. And you know what I'm saying? She then goes to Emmett of all people to try and talk some sense into Rob, but I don't think she's not. I don't think she's keen on the fact that Emmett is trying to do the two. So all she did was really set up a link up of two dummies, not to call Rob a dummy, but a dummy with somebody with a motive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why that plan came to fruition, because it's like, Emmett, I got a motive, I want to kill him, and then Rob want to kill him. So it's like let's not come. Why not come together? You know what I'm saying? And she kind of is the root of why that happened, because I don't think Emmett knew Rob had that kind of motive until she told him. So with that being said, that's crazy. But then what Rob's mom did to her in the hospital was even crazier, because I'm not gonna lie, I mean, at that, the wife spouse thing kind of hit hard, and then she called it like a floozy. He just lives with. I'm like, that's crazy. Talk to him crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, and then she's in there just kind of like, I don't know, bro. It's like, his Tiff was spitting facts to the mom, low key. Like, this is like your fault. Like, you the one that put him up to this. He wouldn't have done this had you just loaned him the money. We would just paid you back. You went and put a whole, like, a hit out for it. It's like, that's incredible. That's insane to me, bro. So Tiff was speaking facts in that regard. All right, cool. So we already mentioned Vic, so it's not too much to say. But Vic obviously, you know, originally, you know what I'm saying, refused, because he has way too much to lose in this scenario, being, you know, the new, what is it, the councilman or whatever, chaplain, I don't know, whatever he is. You know, he sits in a new seat now, so like for him to be out in the streets, he's already dealing with the heat, which we got to get to. Like, I don't know what is he doing, is he talking to the FBI or not? We never got to that in this episode, but you know what I'm saying, with the heat on him about, you know what I'm saying, the body from Q's death, he can't risk that. But once he finds out that, you know, they went ahead and they had a mission and they failed it, now he's taking it upon himself to kind of just be like, yo, like, there's too many more bodies that can come from this. I gotta go. So he ends up lying to his shorty, talking about, which is a crazy lie, because think about it. He's like, yeah, I just gotta get a shower, clear my mind. Where did she go that she didn't see him leave through the back? Like, where did she go? Because they was in the bedroom. I'm assuming it's only that bedroom and Jake's. So my thing is, where did she go that she didn't see him walk out the back door? Either way, he sneaks out, and obviously we know he's got murder on his mind. So we'll see what's next for Vic in the next episode, clearly. And we got Gemma. So we got Gemma. Gemma, we already know, man. Gemma she's a leech of some sort. Like, she's just very much of a, I want it, you need to provide it for me kind of person. And obviously she gets into it with Jake in this episode, because, you know what I'm saying, Jake comes to her and tells her, like, look, Cav's moving out. Cav offered me the spot. I'm going to take it. And then she just kind of assumes that they're going to move in together, which is wild, because y'all are like 18 years old. Like, there's no reason for y'all two to live together unless, like, circumstances, like, absolutely dictated that. And that's not the case, because Jake doesn't even have to move. He's just moving just to be on his own. And, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, catches that attitude with him, moves on. And, like, I always say, you're going to lose him how you get him. This is me talking to Jake. You're going to lose him how you get him. Because with that being the case, she links up with Bakari's sister, I think her name was Brittany, and they end up sharing a kiss, because she did some weird like that was like the weirdest, like little seductive thing. I don't know what that was. I don't know, but either way, she walks out of that situation with $10K for her, enough for her own apartment, which is obviously like, and Jake was telling facts to her, like, she's now your pimp, because you like 10K is not some advance, not a loan. Like, it's like you gotta put out if somebody's gonna give you 10K. I call it what you want. It sounds crazy, but it is what it is. If somebody give you 10K, you gotta put out something. And you know what something Brittany's looking for from Gemma. So Rob's mom, I think her name is Alicia, and like, she's a foul person. She's very foul. Because you walked into that situation knowing you put your son in harm's way because you told him to take care of it, knowing that he knows what that means. He knows G means gotta kill him. And then mad when he gets hurt doing something he's not experienced with. He's not experienced at all doing, gets hurt, and then you blaming Tiff as if you didn't put him up to this. That's a wild woman. This is a wild woman. And then gets Tiff kicked out the room or whatever. Gets her kicked out the room, and then talking to Rob in his sleep like, you better wake up. You better wake up so I can put my foot in your ass. Like, where is the remorse? Like, you can tell she was just a terrible mom growing up. Just horrible. Alright, so we finally made it all the way. If you've watched the whole video, thank you. But we've made it all the way to who I'm going to crown as the dickhead of the year. Because his situation, what happened to him in this episode, absolutely did not need to happen. Like, literally, there's no part of it that had to happen. You and Shorty that's with Gemma's dad had whatever one night situation that happened, and you could have left it at that. I'm like that's how you know he coming from prison, because if he was really outside in the regular, he would have known just to left that alone. You know what I'm saying? But he craved like sending her a text saying, I'm just gonna leave it alone, when you could have walked up to her and told her that in the first place. Just like how you found out you sent the message to the wrong person anyway by walking up to her. You could have walked up to her in the first place. So it's two back-to-back episodes where he did the wrong thing. Or 3 really. So it's like, this is insane. This is like, I loved his storyline because it's just like trying to bounce back. You see how hard it is to come from prison, do what you gotta do. But this is like a terrible thing. Like, this is horrible, bro. Like, he's back at square one, because like now he's pretty much gonna have to like go beg somebody to be on their couch again, as if he wasn't already on somebody's couch. This woman put up with you being broke, homeless, all that, just because she loved you, and you gonna be out here trying. Like, I've never seen more or less of being grateful in my life, and like, this is crazy. But with that being said, we have wrapped up this reaction, this review of the episode. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you made it to the end. Comment down below like what you want to see in next episodes, or just anything about the Chi. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to any commentary. I'm always gonna respond. Yeah, and with that being the case, we're out of here. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't focused.